Have you ever walked the streets of Nottingham and felt the weight of history beneath your feet? We all know the stories of Robin Hood and the infamous sheriff, but what if I told you a new, darker chapter of that history has just been uncovered? Get ready, because archaeologists have found something truly chilling right under the old Nottingham Gaol, a place now known as the National Justice Museum. They've discovered a secret tunnel and what appears to be an ancient torture chamber. This isn't a movie script. This is real. So, let's set the scene. Imagine Nottingham Gaol, or jail, in the medieval period. It was a place of fear, despair, and justice, often brutal. For centuries, it held everyone from common thieves to the most notorious criminals. The legends of the Sheriff of Nottingham locking up Robin Hood's men. They would have happened right here, but while the prison's public records tell one story, this new discovery suggests a much more hidden, sinister side to its operations. The find happened during routine survey work at the National Justice Museum. Workers were scanning the ground, probably expecting to find old pipes or foundations, when they stumbled upon an anomaly. An unexpected void deep within the sandstone cave system that the jail is built upon. This is classic Nottingham. The city is famous for its hundreds of man-made caves carved out of the soft sandstone. But finding a new, undocumented one is always a massive deal. Excitement quickly turned to a sense of dread as they lowered cameras into the darkness. What they saw was a narrow, hand-carved tunnel, just big enough for a person to stoop and walk through. It led from an area believed to be part of the old prison courtyard down into the pitch-black belly of the earth. And at the end of this tunnel, a small, confined chamber. This wasn't a storage cellar or a wine cave. The features inside pointed to a much more gruesome purpose. What makes archaeologists think it's a torture chamber? First, the location itself is a huge clue. It's completely isolated, hidden away from the main prison. No one on the outside, or even in the upper levels of the jail, would have heard what went on down there. The chamber is small, claustrophobic, and carved directly out of the cold, damp rock. On the walls, they found shackles and iron rings bolted directly into the sandstone. These were clearly meant to restrain someone. You can just imagine prisoners chained to the wall, left in total darkness, the sound of dripping water their only companion. There are also markings on the walls, scratches, gouges, and what could be desperate pleas or names etched by those held captive. It's a truly haunting sight. The lead archaeologist on the project, Scott Lomax, described the feeling of entering the chamber for the first time as profoundly chilling. He said you could almost feel the misery that soaked into the very stone. This chamber was designed for one thing: to inflict pain and break the human spirit, away from any prying eyes or official records. So, who would have been brought down here? The regular prisoners were kept in the cells upstairs. This secret chamber was likely reserved for special cases. Perhaps spies, political prisoners, or those who needed to be interrogated using methods that were best kept off the books. Think about the turbulent history of England during the medieval and later periods: civil wars, rebellions, plots against the crown. Nottingham was a key strategic location, and its jail would have been central to maintaining order. This chamber was the sheriff's ultimate tool of persuasion, a place where secrets were extracted through sheer terror. One of the most fascinating aspects is the tunnel itself. Why was it built? It seems to connect the prison courtyard directly to this hidden chamber. This suggests a secret route to move prisoners without anyone noticing. Imagine a high-value captive being dragged from their cell in the dead of night, taken across the courtyard, and then disappearing down this hole in the ground. They would have vanished from the world, their fate known only to their captors. It's the stuff of nightmares, and it was happening right under the streets of Nottingham. The team is now meticulously documenting everything they've found. They're using 3D laser scanning to create a perfect digital model of the tunnel and chamber, preserving it for future study. They're also analyzing the soil and any artifacts found inside, hoping to date the chamber more precisely and maybe even find DNA evidence that could tell us more about the people who were held there. Every scrape on the wall, every rust stain from an iron shackle, is a piece of a puzzle they're trying to solve. This discovery is rewriting our understanding of Nottingham Gaol. It's no longer just a prison. It was a site with a dark, clandestine underbelly. The National Justice Museum, which sits on the site today, has always done an amazing job of bringing history to life. But this adds a whole new, terrifying layer. They plan to eventually incorporate the discovery into their tours, perhaps using virtual reality to allow visitors to experience the claustrophobic tunnel and chamber for themselves. Can you imagine putting on a headset and walking through that space, seeing the shackles on the wall? It would be an unforgettable experience. It also connects directly to the legends we all love. While we often romanticize the tales of Robin Hood, this discovery is a stark reminder of the brutal reality of the time. The Sheriff of Nottingham wasn't just a bumbling villain in a story. He was a powerful figure who wielded the authority of the law, and that authority could be terrifying. This chamber was his power made real, a physical manifestation of his control over life and death. It makes you wonder what other secrets are still buried beneath Nottingham's streets. The city's cave system is a labyrinth, and who knows how many more hidden tunnels and forgotten chambers are waiting to be found. This find is a powerful reminder that history is not just in books. It's a living, breathing thing that we are constantly rediscovering. It's buried right beneath our feet, waiting for the right moment to reveal its secrets. What a phenomenal discovery! One that adds a dark and compelling twist to the already rich history of Nottingham. It's a testament to the archaeologists and researchers who bring these lost stories back into the light. The voices of those who suffered in that chamber may have been silenced for centuries, but now their story is finally being told. Thanks so much for watching. If you're fascinated by hidden history and archaeology like I am, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss our next adventure into the past. Let me know in the comments what you think about this incredible discovery. Until next time, stay curious.